Hello, hello everybody. Happy Monday. Uh-oh. I hope you can see and hear me okay. Hey, listen, we had a last minute change of plans here. Got called in for some babysitting duty. We're gonna try to make this work, but first, I want to introduce you guys to somebody. This is little Mia. Hi, Mia. Oh, Mia's getting a little fussy now. Oh my goodness. It's okay. Oh, and here's May May to tell her it's okay. It's okay, Mia. So bear with me for a quick second. We're going to hand Mia to Mommy. Yep, we're going to hand Mia to Mommy. And then we'll get to talking about really heavy-duty topics tonight. So hang on a quick second. Wait a second, May May. Now I have two. Oh. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Oh, no, it's all good. It is all good.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. So Mia's gonna go have some dinner, and we can't touch the mouse. Okay, we got all kinds of things going on here. All right, so let's just make sure everything is still good. You guys can see and hear me okay. Yes, we are all in this together. I see someone's comment. So this is May May. Say hi, May. Look, we're gonna say all these people are. You're May. You're saying hello. All these people are saying hi right now. There we go. Look at that. There. Yep. We said hello to Mia, and now everybody's saying hello to May. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Sharon says, so lucky to have me as a grandma. I feel so lucky to have you guys. Okay, you want to go play? Hold on.
No, I don't want.
You don't? Well, what do you want to do? You're just going to watch yourself? She's watching herself, and it's a delay. So there's always a delay with YouTube, and so she's seeing everything a couple seconds late. Okay, here you go. You can hop down. Just be so careful. All right. So hello everybody. If you're joining this live stream, this is a true live stream, and however life goes is how we roll. So we're going to give this a try, and if it doesn't work, then I will go live again tomorrow night. I think that might be the best answer for everybody. But first we'll say hello because we're having a minor meltdown behind me. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good, sweetheart. It's all good. Okay. So if you're catching this for the first time, my name is Elaine. This is our Soul Pet live stream. We do this every Monday, and it truly is. It's truly live. So whatever happens to be happening, and tonight it just happens to be that I was called in to help babysit. There we go. So everything is good. Everything is calm. I'm calming myself. These are words to myself. So you guys can see and hear me okay, right? Because I'm not in my normal setup. So I just want to make sure you can look. You got me as I am tonight. And so saying hello to everybody. As part of the live stream, I always welcome all of our channel members. This is the channel that's dedicated to those of us who have been through the loss of an animal companion. When our pets have crossed to the other side, to the Rainbow Bridge, and it's left us with a hole in our heart, this is a channel where you can find a community of people to support you, to virtually hug you, to understand you without judgment wherever you happen to be on your journey after the loss of an animal companion. Or soul pet, as we love to call them. And tonight the topic that I wanted to talk about was resentment. And the reason that I bring that up, I know it's a hard word, right? That's a difficult word. I want to just tell you why we're going to talk about that tonight, and then say hello to everybody and check all the comments. It's a hard word, but I was speaking with someone who was talking about forgiveness. And recently I did a little video on unconditional forgiveness, meaning that no matter what, under any circumstances, you forgive and forget. And sometimes that's just hard. That's a hard thing for us to do. Because yes, May. Yep. We carry with us resentment. Blame is natural because we're looking for a place to direct our grief. So that's why we're going to talk about tonight a little different approach than just forgiveness. She's drawing a rocket ship on her iPad. It's a little bit different approach than unconditional forgiveness is what I want to talk about tonight. And I can see you guys already sharing the comments. So let's say hello to everybody real quick. Gina, hello. Okay, so yep, when you catch this later, this may only be a short one. This may just be about a half an hour at the most. But it's good to have you here, Gina. Thank you. And who else do I see? Kali, hello, hello. And I know that I saw Sharon and Sherry. Yep, good to have all you guys here. Nico's mommy is here. Cassie is here. Sarah is here. Good to see all of you guys. Thank you guys. So for those of you who are watching this for the first time, even if you're not watching live, feel free to comment because this community of people will support you. Feel free to share the name of your animal companion at the Rainbow Bridge. Feel free to ask questions because we're here to support you. We're here to support each other. And let's see if I missed anybody else. What do heart pattern mean on a cat? What would you like to do? Oh, you sure did. You're a good drawer. You're such a good little artist. Live stream. Okay. We will come back to that question for what does a heart mean. And I see you guys already answering a question like that. What does a heart mean? Did I say hello to Alana? Hello. And Anne, hello. My comments were stuck there for a minute. Is that Hawaiian? Cassie, Ho'oponopono. Yeah, I'm gonna mention Ho'oponopono tonight. Ho'oponopono. I say it so often, but tonight it's not rolling off the tongue easily. All right, let's see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions, and Pat's not with us tonight, so that's okay. Hopefully he'll be able to catch us on the replay. And let's just see if there's any comments so Sherry says, when I lost my girls, I sure carried resentment. With Phoebe, it was months until she led to me. And honestly, I feel like it's mutual. All of the animal companions that I've been able to connect with, they've brought us together, not just you to me and not just me to you. They've brought us all together. And when I mentioned this last week, when I do individual private readings, it's one of the things that we always start off with is the triangle. I call it a sacred triangle. And I visualize that there's a heart in the middle of that triangle, and it's your animal companion at the top. It's you on one corner, me on the other corner, and together we come together and connect. And I have some ideas, some interesting ideas too, for how we can let go of resentment. So as always, I've got my little notes here. When we feel resentment it could be to people, it could be to the veterinary professionals, it could be to a spouse, it could be to another family member, it could be to our coworkers who don't understand us, it can even be to ourselves, to our pets who left us behind, thank you, sweetheart, it could be to whatever you call your higher power, God, Allah, Buddha, Spirit, Source, whatever that is for you. It could be to love in general. Like if you hadn't loved so hard to begin with, you wouldn't be feeling this pain right now. Did you want to come up and say hello again? No?
No.
Okay. So that's where, and we hold these things because we're searching for answers. We're searching for answers for why whatever happened. We're searching for answers about why we feel the pain that we do. And we're looking for someone to blame because it gives us a target. It gives us a target for our pain when we have someone that we can direct that to. I have some other examples I wrote down. Self, pet, veterinarian, spouse, a groomer or other professional provider for our animal companion. God, life. It could just be life in general. Like you have resentment for what life has presented us with. So when we do that, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because much like guilt and blame, I'm listening in the other room. May. Okay, all right, they're good. It's a grandma ear. One ear listening for what's going on and the other ear to make sure. So when we allow the deeper, I call them denser emotions, not negative, not positive, we feel them. We're human beings and we feel them. And I think that feeling blame and guilt and grief, it's a natural response. So how do we work through that? Our attention when we feel those things and don't let go. So resentment is something that hangs on, it clings. When we don't let go, we are focused on the wound. And that wound will not ever heal. It's like constantly like taking off the scab of a wound. That wound will not heal when we focus our attention on it. And if you're familiar at all with the term law of attraction, it was with the book The Secret. Everybody started talking about law of attraction and manifesting, but what it really means is that what we focus our attention on grows. And if we stay focused on the pain, if we stay focused on the wound, if we stay focused on the blame and the resentment, it does not allow us to heal. It does not allow us to reconnect with our animal companion. It prevents us from moving forward, not moving on, moving forward by hanging on to those denser emotions. So I came up with a couple interesting ways. I'm going to share them with you in just a little bit. I'm going to definitely try to make sure we get that in tonight. The ways that we can help release the resentment. So forgiveness. Forgiveness is just like what it sounds like, where you extend to the person that you are holding in resentment or blame, you extend to them forgiveness. You say, I'm letting it go. I forgive you for what and it's us really who needs to do the forgiving, but it's hard to do that forgiveness. And the practice that I've shared in the past is one that you mentioned over in the comments called Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian forgiveness practice, and it's part of their cultural tradition of Huna, Huna. Ho'oponopono is the forgiveness practice. And we translate it into words that say, I'm sorry, so we're saying that. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And you repeat it because you are taking responsibility for your role, for the things that you also feel, for whatever it is that you contributed to the situation. But when you start to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, Ho'oponopono, and the English translation doesn't do justice to the intention behind the words Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono. And it helps us to forgive. It's all about forgiveness. And when we can forgive, the burden is lifted from us and things open up so wonderfully and so beautifully. But to get to the point where you can forgive can often be a challenge. So these little exercises that I want to extend to you, we're going to talk about wish paper, we're going to talk about wish flowers, dandelions, we're going to talk about cord cutting, and we're going to talk about rage release. So I'll explain all of those in just a minute. But what I want you to think about is if you were or are holding resentment or blame, what's it costing you? Like, what is the cost of hanging on to that? And I would suggest writing that down. So if you were to look at, let's just say you're holding your veterinary professional responsible in your mind. And I know that we've been through this. We've had this discussion. And sometimes it helps to write a letter, and sometimes it helps to forgive, but there's some other things we can do. So let's just use that as the example. You're holding something that your veterinarian did or didn't do, or should have done, or would have done, or could have done, that didn't get done, and your animal companion transitioned to the other side. So you're holding on to that blame because it feels good. It feels good to have someone to direct that to direct the anger to take all that grief and all that stuff that is pent up, and you just aim it at somebody, and it helps us to feel better to do that. But what is the cost of that? Is the cost your own peace of mind? Is the cost being able to reconnect with your animal companion? Is the cost sleep? Is it your own joy? Is the cost of those feelings preventing you from moving forward with your life and having your full life? And at what point does the cost outweigh the feelings? And so we choose to let go of the blame or to release the blame. Hi, sweetheart. It's all good. It's totally good. My crew here, they won't mind this one little bit. What is the cost? Is the cost ever too great? And when you can make the decision that, yes, I've decided that the cost of hanging on to these emotions is more than the value I'm receiving from hanging on to these emotions, then we start to release it. And tonight, what I'm going to suggest for you guys, and I'll take a look at the comments again in a second, what I'm going to suggest is that even if we can let go of 1% of that guilt, grief, anger, resentment, when we can let go of just a little bit of that, then we are on the path to more than healing. we are on the path to being more complete than we've ever been, and being able to connect with our animal companion and know that they are still with us, and find the signs and see the signs, and allow our heart to be put back together again. Okay, so let's talk about these a little bit. And I'm just going to keep an eye on the time. This is going to be a fast one. And what I will do is redo this video in a complete format so that I can demonstrate all these things for you, and you can come back to it at any time. It won't just be here on the live stream. I will do that for you guys also. So, can you agree to just release 1% of the resentment? And I might suggest that you try it out on something else first. So before you tackle something really hard, think about some other resentment that you may be hanging on to. Is there somebody somewhere for some reason in your life that you realize, wow, I really have been hanging on to a bit of resentment. I never quite thought about it this way, but I'll try and work with that first. And then when you see how it makes you feel, you can move on to something more difficult, such as something that had to do with the passing of your animal companion. All right, before I get into these little exercises, I'm going to check the comments real quick. Okay, we did see that for Sherry. Still feel guilty over Kai. It's Monday night in Soaphead. You got it, Sharon. I feel guilty over Kai. Looking back at pictures of his final months, he started suddenly looking his age between February and May by the time I convinced the family to take him to the vet when it was too late. Okay, so you held on to that resentment. And sometimes when we see that so clearly, like we see, or sometimes we don't see the decline until we look backward, until we look back in hindsight. Oh, hang on, we have to go potty. Yay, let's go do it. Let's go do it. We're doing potty training here. Okay, climb out there. You can do it. You can do it. One more foot over the. Go ahead. Hurry up.
Come with me.
There we go.
Come on, we can do it.
Live stream.
Come on.
There you go. Go ahead.
Get close. Get close. Okay, come on.
Okay. There we go. Life. This is beautiful, wonderful life. Gotta love every minute of it. Oh, and you're getting the great view of my hairdo there too. Okay. Where was I with the comments? That sometimes we don't see things until it's in hindsight. Let's see what other comments we have here. Nico's mama, it means nature decided they would look fabulous with a heart. Oh, talking about the heart. There are so many animal companions, not just cats, who have markings of a heart on their body. And it's just a wonderful sign. It's a beautiful sign to remind us of how much they love us and how much they are trying to teach us that it's all about love. It's all about love. Love is the answer to everything. And I know that a lot of people don't like to hear that. Well, what does that mean? Love's the answer to everything. It means literally love will answer it all. And if you can find a way when we release the resentment to let the love kind of creep in, even if it's just a little bit, that's when we start to become whole again, when we allow the love back in. And okay, look at you guys all laughing and sending. I'm guessing that's for May and her potty training. Yeah, we had the new baby. Oh, here I'm way behind on comments. It's been the same pretty much every time since Kai died. Then 18, Callie, Twinkle, Cinder, Mama, Jazz. No matter how much I do, there's still guilt, especially when I don't try harder to make. I'm not sure what that last little bit is. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, thank you. Hi, Kat, how are you? Hello. Let's see if I missed anybody else's comments. All right, I think we're good. All right, Cassie says, I still feel furious thinking about it, but I always get flack for voicing any emotion that's inconvenient. So it's just one more silent resentment. Oh my gosh, you have really hit the nail on the head with that one. Having to hold it inside because of the lack of understanding makes us feel the resentment even further. And that's just something else that we can let go of. So one little piece, all we're going to ask for tonight is letting go of one little thing. And I think, Cassie, what might even benefit for you is the rage release that I want to talk about. It's the last thing, the last piece that I want to talk about. A friend of mine does in-person rage release sessions that are so cathartic. It really helps get things out. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is with something called fly paper. So what you do, it's this really cool paper. I just got this on Amazon. I had other fly paper, but and this is too dark. I don't know why I didn't see that it was dark purple. But you want to get something that you can read. So usually it's pink. I don't know why this one is so dark purple, but it's very lightweight paper, and it comes with a little pencil. And you take the pencil and the paper, and on the paper you write the resentment that you would like to release. And so let's just see, what would the resentment be that I want to release? That I can't express myself. That I resent that I can't fully express my emotions because they're inconvenient. But I'm just writing, I resent that I can't fully express my emotions. You know what? It's not always that it's inconvenient. I think a lot of times it's that people don't know how to deal with them. They don't understand them. They don't know how to deal with them. They don't know how to respond. And it would just be easier if everybody would not have them. And so I do try to give some grace to people who don't understand the depth of the emotion, but I can't fully express my emotions. So I have written that on my fly paper. And what you want to do is just take that fly paper, and I love to use this. We use this for wishes. In this case, we're using it as something to release, but I love this beautiful abalone shell that I got from my little local crystal shop. And I put the fly paper into the bowl. And here's the cool thing. If you guys want to watch this is the cool thing about fly paper. Where's my matches? It does this really cool thing. You guys can see and hear me okay, right? I'm hoping. Okay, so I'm going to strike the match. I'm going to hold this up to the camera so that you guys can see it. And just watch what happens when I light the fly paper. So it just disappears. It literally, whoops, and it just flies away. It just literally flew away. This little tiny bit of ash is going to come back down. I'm going to catch it. There we go. That little tiny piece of ash flew back into the bowl, but it literally flies away. So when we do this, it's a physical representation of releasing and letting it fly away, the resentment that we had. And just that little bit of joy that it brought to watch, and oh my gosh, it smells so good also. Just to watch that little piece of paper fly off away with my resentment written on it, it made me feel good. Even if it happens for just a moment, that feeling of relief and peace is a sign that we are beginning to release. And you don't have to have it all done at once. It's not all going to happen at the same time. And you can come back and do this again and again. But it's just really, really a cool, physical something that you can do, even if it's symbolic. I have little pieces of the fly paper still floating around. Even if it's symbolic, it is a release of that particular thing that you wrote down. It could be an anger, it could be a resentment, whatever you want to write on there. You're not going to get it wrong. There's no right or wrong answer to that. Okay, let's see the comments. You weren't this upset over your brother. Oh boy, you have the comment a bit above. Okay, I'll have to go back and look at all the comments. But it always comes back to you weren't upset over. I understand that. I think everybody here would understand that also, that sometimes the feeling that the connection and feeling that we have with our soul pet is even deeper than that for a human family member. I've seen it many times. And so this is the one thing that I would tell you. This is the safe space for that. If it doesn't feel that you can receive that you can express that without being judged by other family members, this is your safe space. Everybody here understands. We would not ever judge you for it. We would not ever hold that against you for those kinds of feelings, because we all get it. We all understand it. Didn't the one you wrote Gary's name on not want to light? There was one, yeah, Kali. There was one time that we were lighting the fly paper and it would not light. It was the one when we were doing the. It was Gary. When we were doing the fly paper at the in-person, I had an in-person mediumship class, and we were putting all the names of our animal companions into this beautiful bowl and lighting them and let them float off with beautiful blessings. And Gary's would not light. Yes, I do remember that. Okay, yeah, good. Well, and hopefully, as I think things begin to shift, and I can't say this for certain, Cassie, but I think that things begin to shift when we take the first step. So we're taking the first step, even if it's just that one little piece of resentment that it comes back tomorrow. So it's back in 15 minutes. But when we start to do it once, we will start to build momentum in a different direction. So and little by little, we may find things shifting even within our own family. We may find hearts starting to soften. We may find understanding starting to happen. But sometimes we're the ones who have to take the first step. And I did write this comment down. I want to say this right now, even before I get to the rest of the things that we're going to talk about. The release isn't done because somebody deserves it. The release is done because we deserve it. So it's not because the person that we're forgiving deserves to be forgiven or deserves for us to let go of the resentment. It's because we deserve it. We're the ones who deserve to let go of the resentment that's really gripping our heart and preventing us from moving forward. And we're the ones who deserve to feel better again. So you deserve it. And all our pets want for us is to love. Okay, so what's the other one? The other one, I thought I'm at my son's house, and I thought, okay, I will get here. I know outside of my house it wouldn't have been a problem, but here I am. I'm going to go get a dandelion. You know when dandelions go to seed and they get that little white puffball on them? This is another beautiful, easy, quick, fun way to release. And you can imagine that all of your, if you've got that little puffball, I was going to do one for you right here on camera, and his lawn is perfect. So there's not a dandelion in sight. But you take that little puffball of white, and outside it's wonderful, and you imagine that whatever it is, all of your cares, all of your blame, all of your guilt, all of your resentment, whatever you want to imbue that with, you take it and you look at that beautiful puffball and you just gently begin to blow the seeds away. And as you're blowing them, and they float right off that little pod, and off into the air they go, and Mother Nature takes them, carries them off literally into the wind. And you just visualize that all of your resentment goes with it. Again, even if you feel just a moment of peace, a moment of release, a moment of relief, that's the word I'm going for, just for a moment as you're watching those beautiful seed pods float off into the air, and you visualize that all of your cares are going with them, then you've taken the step in the right direction. And I'm going to suggest try them all. Try all of these things and see how they feel for you. And then find the one that really works for you again and again and again. So we have wish paper. We have the wishing flower. That's what I always call them, wishing flowers. And that was after the dandelion turned to the white puff. And then, I do want to talk about this. So this one's a little woo-woo. This one's a little hairy-fairy, but it's called cord cutting. And some of you may not be familiar with the concept of cord cutting. It is a metaphysical, spiritual concept that suggests that we are tied to certain things, circumstances, people, emotions, that we are physically or spiritually connected to them through cords, energetic cords that spring from our body. The way that it's usually described is that if you have had a difficult relationship with someone in your life, and you keep calling back that same type of person into your experience again and again, that you've got a cord that is connected to that. And what you're meant to do is spiritually disconnect from that. It's called cord cutting. So you would just close your eyes, visualize, let's say that your heart is the place that feels this. Sometimes we feel it in our core, sometimes people carry it in their shoulders, sometimes wherever you may feel tension, when you think of a person, situation, or circumstance, that's what you're going to focus on. So sometimes it comes up in our communication that we can't even say a person's name without feeling that tightness in our throat. But I'm going to imagine that it's in our heart. So we've got this feeling in our heart that refuses to go away, that it's here because we've held on to this bitterness. You visualize the emotional connection to the connection to the emotion, and you literally cut it. You just cut it. You make your fingers feel like scissors. I have a friend who uses beautiful embroidery scissors, and she looks in the mirror, she visualizes where she feels the tension. She imagines taking this cord and using her beautiful, it's like a bird. I can't even describe it. It's like a peacock, I think. These beautiful little embroidery shears. She takes the emotional cord and just goes and cuts it and lets it be released. It's symbolic. It's symbolic, just like if we were to burn it on the paper or if we were to do the little wish flower. It's a symbolic thing, but it helps release it. And for some people, that really works, to be able to literally cut the cord of the emotion or the resentment, or that word bitterness really struck a chord with me. Hanging on to something that makes us feel bitter towards someone. So that's cord cutting. The other one is rage release. Rage release, you may have tried this unofficially. As I mentioned, a friend of mine does actual rage release. Like we go to it's at the same metaphysical crystal shop where I do my own classes. Everyone gets together in a room and we talk about different things and we bring up our resentments and we talk about them without judgment. We acknowledge what the resentment is. And some people don't want to go into the deep resentments. That's private, okay? That's totally fine. But whatever you wanted to work on, you are free in a non-judgmental zone to do. But I suggest that you can do this anywhere. You can do it outside. You can go into the woods. You can do it into a pillow. You can go into a closet. Wherever you feel private, where you can actually do a release. You acknowledge, number one, what the resentment is, what the bitterness is, what it is that you're looking to release. You say, okay, I feel this. I acknowledge without judgment that I feel something really intense. It might be, I'm going to use the H word, it might be something like hatred. It might be bitterness, it might be anger, it might be intense anger. You just say, all right, I feel it, I acknowledge it, I see that it's here. And now I am going to scream it away. Literally, you scream it away. When you can do this outside, you can scream at the top of your lungs, and the trees and Mother Nature and the sun and the earth, everything will take it from you. They willingly embrace you like we embrace you here in this community. You can go out into the woods and scream at the very top of your effing lungs, as loud as you want, whatever you want. You just let it go. And some of you may have done this just in general, like if you've ever been faced with a situation, you just go, whoa! Go scream it. Now I can't scream here because I got the little babies in the other room. So I can't do the screaming, or I would for you. At the top of your ever-living lungs, you scream it out. And the physical release of screaming is even more than, it's not only it's physical and symbolic. You are physically releasing stored up, pent up energy and emotion that's buried within you. Our body holds on to the negative emotions. Everything that we have repressed since childhood has found its way into our body and our cells, and we need to release that. We need to be able to move forward. So if that's how you wanted to start, with a resentment that you've been hanging on to since childhood, or something that maybe you can't even identify what it is, you scream it out, and you symbolically release it, you physically release it, and allow the earth to take it from you. This beautiful energetic field of love that surrounds us, it flows to, through, and around us. It's the basis of my Reiki practice. It will take it, and you aren't giving it to somebody. You are not making the rest of the world angry because you're letting it out of your own body. The universe, God, Allah, Buddha, Mother Nature, Source, whatever, takes it and transmutes it back into the most beautiful, peaceful energy that you can experience, so that after you have vented and released, you take in a nice deep breath, and what you are granted back is love. You are granted back a sense of relief, peace, love, and you let it flow into your body. And sometimes you're going to feel exhausted. You're going to feel completely wiped out after you do that. But it leaves a crack in the door. to begin the healing process, to begin letting go of that blame and resentment. And when you find yourself in the most difficult places, it's a good physical, it feels good. I'm just going to say that it feels good when you finally let that go. And if you have to do it again and again, you do it again and again. Or if you have to do everything, if you've got to do everything, if you've got to write it on a piece of paper, let it burn and blow away, if you have to blow out 100 wishing flowers, if you've got to cut the cord every single morning when you wake up, you're like, oh, here I go again. Do it. Do whatever it takes because you deserve it. I'm going to check comments. I know this was much faster than usual. Well, we've gone about 40 minutes, but we had some interruptions in there. I'm going to check the comments real quick. Scream into a pillow. Sarah, absolutely. I agree that screaming into a pillow can help, especially when you are in a home with other people and you need to really let go, then you scream into the pillow. But sometimes that's not enough, at least for me. I love the sound of my voice when I step outside. When I step outside into the woods and scream at the top of my lungs with abandon, it really does help. So thank you. I'd have to go for Sarah's method. Okay, do it. Then absolutely. If that's what we've got, then that's what we do. Scream in your car. Oh, Sarah, that's a good one too. Yep. Let it out. Absolutely let it out. Say crazy things in the car. It's our space, right? Our car is a physical extension of our own energetic body. So yeah, do it. That's the place. Hi, Robbie. How are you? Scream so loud I couldn't talk for days. Oh, the primal scream. That's a great way to describe it, Kali. The primal scream. The release of it, the physical release, is intense, but worthwhile. Okay. Let's see. I screamed so loud, I'm surprised you guys in the U.S. didn't hear. We did hear. Energetically, we're all, and you know what? Not only did we hear, but did you feel us wrap you in the big hug? Because we would wrap you in the virtual hug. All right. Guys, I'm so sorry that I have to wrap this up. Talk to yourself all the time. Yes. I talk to myself all the time also. Right now I'm dog sitting, so I've got 2 dogs. I've got Bosco and I've got my beautiful Gypsy, and I talk to myself all day long. So yeah, they look at me sometimes like, what was that? But sometimes they look at me like, I get you, I hear you, I know where you come from. Okay, my friends, it is bedtime here, and I need to really help out. I am so grateful for having these few minutes here with you guys. I will see you again next week. And singing out loud in the car, I do that too. I will see you guys again next week, and I will try to do another actual video where I can demonstrate all these beautiful things for you, including the rage release. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for being patient with me, and I love you so much. I will talk to you again soon. Until then, may animals light your way. Take care, everybody. Here I come.